Top Tree Dawnblade has managed to remain a top tier subclass choice all throughout the Crucible, despite the Stasis subclasses dominating everything in the game currently. The fact that top players continue to run this subclass just goes to show how powerful it truly is and that it can stand its ground against most of the Stasis subclasses. So what is it that makes this subclass so competitive, and what can we do with it to give us an edge against Stasis? What's going on, Guardians? Gray here. Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Top Tree Dawn in the Crucible alongside some gameplay from my past few sessions. It has remained one of my favorite subclasses to play and really has a lot of tools to bring to the fight against Stasis, so let's talk about it. But real quick, if you guys enjoy the video, a like below is greatly appreciated, and consider subscribing for more Destiny content like this. My analytics show me that over 97% of you are not subscribed to the channel, so again, consider smashing that big red subscribe button below. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. I've been playing a lot of Top Tree Dawn the past couple of weeks in quick play, trials, and competitive, and obviously Stasis is everywhere, and you see a few other light subclasses here and there, but you mostly only see Top Tree Dawn if it isn't one of the Stasis subclasses. Now, why is that? Dawnblade has been an extremely strong subclass for a while now. The movement capabilities alone put it above a lot of other classes in the game. Icarus Dash lets us cross the map faster than any other class and also allows us to correct any potential movement mistakes easily. You can be just as aggressive as you can be evasive with it, and it's one of few movement abilities fast enough to avoid a lot of enemy stasis abilities. For instance, no other class has an ability that allows them to escape Duskfield grenades, but Icarus Dash can. You can also hopefully use it sometimes to get away from Shatter Dive. If you see that hunter coming in, you can dash backwards, and sometimes you can be quick enough to get away from it. Hopefully that gets nerfed soon. And then we have things like Celestial Fire, the ranged melee attack, and we also have Heat Rises, which allows us to take really unique angles on lanes. On top of it all, we can perform almost any action mid-air intrinsically from the subclass. We can throw grenades, aim down sights. You can do most actions while you're in the air on Top Tree Dawnblade. Now, all of those things definitely make Dawnblade very competitive in PvP, but I really think it shines a little brighter right now thanks to the state of the current weapon meta. Notice we haven't talked about our Rift at all, and there's a reason for that. You may have already noticed this, but recently almost every Warlock I come across in the Crucible has switched over to Empowering Rift. Warlocks have a choice between the Healing Rift or the Empowering Rift as their class ability, and up until recently, Healing Rift has almost always been the staple. It obviously provides healing to you and your team, and it can also give you an overshield if you stay inside long enough. It's very strong for peeking lanes and staying alive during gunfights. However, with the way the weapon sandbox currently is, Empowering Rift suddenly has a lot more value, and I think it's slowly becoming the new default in certain game modes. Aggressive frame hand cannons were changed in Beyond Light. The rate of fire was increased from 110 RPM to 120, and while that doesn't sound like a lot, it really made a huge difference. They also were tweaked to benefit more from their range stat, giving a lot of our 120 hand cannons insane damage range, and it's on par with a lot of scouts and pulses, and it sometimes even surpasses them. It's actually insane. By default, they have an optimal TTK of 1 second flat with 3 shots, which is slower than a lot of other meta options. However, they also hit like an absolute truck. 90 damage per shot with no fall off in most situations, leaving most Guardians with a bee's dick of health after just 2 shots. They'll be absolute after just firing 2 shots. This creates a scenario where we can take advantage of all the different sources for damage buffs in Destiny to give us easy access to 2-tap kills from our 120 hand cannons extremely frequently. Using an Empowering Rift, we can effectively lower the optimal TTK of our 120s to 0.5 seconds. 0.5! That's insanely fast. In most game modes, you'll be cleaning up Guardians with a single shot as well, when you're standing in one of these rifts. If you're playing 6v6 and you're standing in a rift, if any guardian is even slightly low on health, you'll be cleaning them up left and right. We also have to mention the team shot potential this brings for your fire team. If you and a buddy are both running 120 RPM hand cannons and you're both standing in your rift, all it takes is one headshot from each of you to absolutely delete someone. That sounds really niche, but in game modes like Trials, it actually can happen very frequently and it's very strong. Now, I know basing your entire loadout around an empowering rift isn't the best idea, but we can do a ton of other things to give us 2-tap potential as well. Now, I know True Prophecy has been removed from the loot pool for some godforsaken reason, but if you are lucky enough to land one with Rampage, it's an absolute beast. One stack of Rampage on a 120 RPM will put you in 2-tap range, as well as allowing for some amazing snowball potential. Now, if you masterwork that same weapon, and every time you earn a multi-kill, you'll be generating orbs of light. If we use Taking Charge and High Energy Fire, the two of the Charge with Light mods, we can be in 2-tap territory as well. So you can get a kill with your hand cannon, get a stack of Rampage, get another kill to drop an orb of light, pick up that orb of light, and have another 2-tap in the bank. You can really just keep that cycle going and be 2-tapping all day. It's amazing how much we can do to empower our 120s. I plan on tearing this all down in my next video, so stay tuned for that as well, because there's even more we can do to push our 2-tap potential even further. So I know I rambled on about 120s for a while and their potential, but I feel like Warlocks are one of the best classes to regularly take advantage of that 2-tap strength. Your Rift is tied to your recovery stat, and if you play a lot of Crucible, you really should be aiming for 100 recovery if possible, which will give us extremely fast health regen and fast Rift cooldowns on top of it. Another quick shout I want to mention is the difference between the legendary 120s like True Prophecy or Steady Hand and their exotic counterpart Sturm. Sturm is incredible for a lot of reasons, and it's quickly become my go-to weapon this season, but it lacks Icarus Grip. Icarus Grip is a very nice quality of life benefit to have, especially when playing on Top Tree Dawn. You will very frequently be in the air, and being able to reliably hit your shots in that scenario is very important. So the choice is yours, and if you're comfortable landing shots without Icarus Grip, then Sturm will not lead you wrong. I've been using it all over the place right now, but having Icarus Grip is sometimes very necessary on certain maps and certain scenarios. So if you pair all of that information with the Top Tree Dawnblade subclass, you have a recipe for destruction, and it helps keep this subclass very viable in the current sandbox. Stasis will have some tuning passes soon, I hope, which will give Dawnblade even more breathing room in the future. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully Bungie finds a way to tune down Stasis so that this light subclasses can actually remain viable, because as it stands, there's really only a few of them that can actually go toe-to-toe with Stasis. I know it's the flavor of the month right now and everyone is using it, which sort of makes the problem seem inflated, but only time will tell how everything really shakes out, I suppose. But again, if you guys enjoyed the video, leaving a like greatly helps us out here on the channel, and smash that subscribe button for more Destiny 2 content like this. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking out the video. If you have any questions about the build, about 120 hand cannons and what you can do to help combat Stasis, even if you don't feel like playing on a Stasis subclass, leave them down in the comments below. I try to reply to all the comments. We can have a conversation. I know PvP is a hot subject right now inside of Destiny 2, so let's talk about it. But with that being said, I hope to catch you in the Crucible. Peace.